Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about Lesson 111, Conjunctions and Disjunctions. And remember, a conjunction typically comes together and a disjunction goes away from each other. Okay, so this we can look at the word and this would use the word or. So let's look at 111.1. Graph this. Minus 5 is less than or equal to x minus 4 is less than 2. And this one says we have a domain of integers. And whenever you see domain of integers, it should remind you that we're only going to have dots on the graph. No open dots, only closed dots. And to indicate a pattern going one direction or another, we have to put 3 dots on the graph and then an arrow. Without 3 dots, nobody knows that the domain wasn't real numbers, because it would look like a closed dot with an arrow would look like the domain would be reals. So we have to be careful about that. Now what's different about this is that we have this middle part. Okay, this middle part goes with the left hand side and it also goes with the right hand side. So when we solve this, if I add 4 to get the x by itself, it means I have to add 4 here and I have to add 4 here. So this cancels out in the middle. We have x is greater than or equal to minus 5 plus 4 is minus 1 and less than 2 plus 4 is 6. So we're going to graph greater than or equal to 1 and less than 6 with the domain of integers. Okay, so let me just write this up here. X greater than or equal to negative 1 and less than 6. Okay, so it's a conjunction. We're coming towards each other. And I'll just put alright, so this says x is greater than or equal to negative 1. So negative 1 is included, so we start on negative 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I stop on 5. Why? Because it says less than 6. And so there is no integer less than 6 that's bigger than 5. So we stop on 5. Alright? Okay, so that was the only example they have on conjunctions. The other two are disjunctions. And it says graph x is greater than or equal to 3 or x is less than or equal to negative 2, also with a domain of integers. Alright, so on the number line I'm going to have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, so greater than or equal to 3, which means we're going to graph 3 because it's equal to 3, and it's an integer. And all the integers that are greater than 3 would be 3, 4, 5, and then an arrow going to the right. Okay, then this side of it says x is less than or equal to negative 2. So it's equal to negative 2, so we do graph negative 2. And we have to put 3 dots on here to indicate that it's going to the left to get the numbers that are less than negative 2. So there's negative 3, negative 4. That suffices to put the arrow. As long as we have 3 dots that show a pattern, then the reader will understand that, oh yes, this is integers. None of these fractions in between 3, 4, and 5 are going to be included, or negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Okay, so that's how that domain works. Now let's look at the last one. It says x is greater than 15 or x is less than or equal to 10. And this one has a domain of reals. Now it's different because reals includes all the fractions. Okay, so we don't have to have 3 dots, and we're allowed to have open dots. We're allowed to have closed dots. So here I'll start this at, and I'm just going to put oops, that's wrong. I'm going to put these little wiggly lines in here. That means that there's numbers in between here. I'm not going to draw all of them out. So, let's see. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to erase that, guys. I got the numbers all wrong on this. Okay, so we have, these are both positive numbers. Okay, so 10, so 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so less than or equal to 10. Real numbers less than or equal to means 10 is included, and the numbers less than 10 go that direction. Greater than 15 means we come over here, we have an open dot on 15 and an arrow going that direction. Let me just... fix this. That's 15, 16. So an open dot on 15. Greater than 15, it's not included, and then we graph to the right of it. So it's all